You're listening to the Life Coaching Secrets Podcast, episode 187.
Did you know that life coaches are needed now more than ever? I'm Frank Macri, founder of Thriving Coach Academy. I've trained over 1,000 coaches and helped them launch their own successful coaching businesses. If you want to make an incredible income and impact as a coach and have a lot of fun doing it, I'll show you exactly how to get it done. This is Life Coaching Secrets.
What's up, coaches? In this episode, I'm going to share how to sell with integrity. So do you cringe at the thought of selling your services to others, or do you worry that you'll come off as pushy or salesy? Well, you are not alone. I'm going to break down in this episode why you might feel resistance when it's time to invite people to hire you, and how you can confidently sell your coaching to others without feeling like you're forcing it and without being pushy. Now, this came up in our classroom, and this topic comes up from time to time where some students worry that once they start to talk about their coaching program or services with potential clients, that their potential clients will start questioning whether the coach truly has their best interest in what they desire. And if they're wondering, oh, this person just wants to get paid, they don't really care about me. So here's what I want to start out by saying. We do not have control over what other people think. Okay, we have control over what we think about ourselves and what actions we take. There are always going to be people that have opinions and judgments about what you're charging and what you're offering. So you can spend your time giving power away to trying to control what people think, or you can control what is in your power, which is making your offers available to people and letting people decide where to go with those offers. And the way I see selling is simply as invitations, right? So if you don't like the word selling, just replace it with an invitation. You're inviting someone to enroll in your coaching services. Think about what you feel when you use the word invitation over selling. Maybe you associate the word invitation with like a party or some kind of positive experience. That's all that selling is. It's making an invitation for somebody to either say yes or no to your invitation. So here's an example of how I learned that we really don't have control over what other people think. When I was doing a workshop years ago, at the end of that workshop, I made an offer. If people wanted to get more value, they could invest in my coaching program. And at the end of that offer, I asked the group if they had any questions. And one person raised his hand and said that he was frustrated that I had made that offer because he felt like the workshop was just an opportunity for me to sell my coaching services, and he was not upset. He was not happy. He was very upset. So I acknowledged what he shared. I validated him, and I said, okay, does anyone else have anything else they want to share? And someone else in the same workshop raised their hand, and she said, Frank, I just want to let you know that I am so appreciative of you making this offer for us because you're giving us a way to get continued value beyond this event. And it was so wild because it was polar opposite reactions in the same room with the same offer. So that's really where it set in for me that you really cannot control what people think. You can have the best intentions. You can be the most generous, kind, giving person, but there will still be people out there that will have opinions and judgments around you making an offer. So instead of focusing on everyone's opinions and trying to please everybody, focus on your intention that you have as a coach, which is to make a difference, make an impact in people's lives. There are going to be some people, no matter what, that will not resonate with you. And there are going to be other people who do resonate with you and who are appreciative. And at the end of that workshop, I had several people enroll in a high ticket coaching program. Okay, so there are people that, when we look at our society at large, there are people that are selling things to us all the time. Like, we're getting offers everywhere. So what I want you to consider next is, what is your relationship like when you are being pitched to or when you are being sold to? Because you are being sold to every day, even when money is not involved, right? People are selling their ideas to you. They're selling information to you. They are selling their beliefs, their opinions to you. People are selling to us all the time, your friends, your family, the media, even strangers, right? People might be trying to get us to think something or consider something. So there's a range of ways that we're already being sold to all the time. What is your relationship like when you are being sold to or pitched to? Okay, do you feel annoyed? Do you feel interrupted? Do you feel frustrated? Do you feel neutral? Do you feel calm? Do you feel curious or excited? So I used to be someone that was irritated when someone was trying to sell something to me, especially if it was something that I didn't have an interest in. So how do you feel it like when you are being sold to? Maybe you can imagine like you're out and about, you're shopping, someone approaches you and offers you something. Now, I want you to realize that whatever experience you have when someone sells or offers something to you, this will translate to the exact concerns that you will project onto your potential clients. So do you feel like your walls go up when someone sells something to you? Do you feel like you're being tricked or deceived, or do you get skeptical, annoyed? Or do you become happy or curious, right? Or maybe you're just happy when it's something you want, but you're annoyed when it's something that you don't want. Whatever experience you have, you are going to project that onto your potential clients. You're going to be afraid that they will have that same experience when you invite them to work with you. So here's my invitation for you. My invitation is for you to start having, and look at how I'm already selling an idea to you right now. I'm inviting you, I'm selling you, I want to sell you on the idea to appreciate whenever people sell things to you, even if they are things that you don't want. Okay, so it took me a while to get here. And you notice how we're sold things. Maybe you're watching a YouTube video and an ad pops up, or you're watching a show and you see commercials in between the shows, right? I used to really get annoyed. I'm like, oh, this is such a waste of time. This is not what I want. This is being forced upon me. I used to have all those thoughts. Now I have a sense of appreciation whenever I'm being sold to. Because what I think is that there is somebody who put the time and effort into creating this product or service because they want to share it with others. This will benefit others in some way. And they had the resilience to share this with the world and experience the rejection, the pushback that comes whenever you really share your gifts with the world. But they still had the courage to share their creation, to share their gift. Even if it's something that I don't want, I still respect the effort, the resilience, the courage it takes to share your products, ideas, and services with the world, right? Now, remember, you still have the freedom to say yes or no to anything that's offered to you. So I also have an appreciation for that. Like, I appreciate that even when someone invites me to consider something, I still have the freedom to say no or to say yes, right? Even if it's a no for me, I still appreciate that someone is sharing something they believe in and they know it's going to benefit people who see value in it. Right? And even when I will see advertisements and have offers made to me, now I actually have this thought that I hope I can be sold to. It's kind of weird to explain. I just love when I can get a good offer in front of me. I just love how someone can really speak to a challenge that I have and provide a solution to it. So I love being sold to. Like, I really appreciate when I am sold on something, because now I found a product or service that can help address a problem that I have, that can make my life simpler, right? And if I don't want it, I still appreciate the time it took for that person to put it out into the world, because I know it's going to benefit other people. So the more appreciation and the more gratitude that you have for all the ways that you're sold to, the more ease that you will find when you're making offers to potential clients, knowing that they have the ability to ultimately choose what they want to do. When you're not making offers, you are actually robbing your potential clients of the ability to make a choice. And choices are empowering, right? Choices allow us to move our life forward. So when we have opportunities to make choices, this is a good thing. We're taking that away when we don't make an offer to our potential clients. So if you decide ahead of time, I just don't like selling, it's uncomfortable, I'm not going to make offers to my potential clients, you're taking away the opportunity for someone to make a decision for themselves. Now, some of you might know, especially as students in the academy, I have a passion for board games. It's one of my hobbies. And I am always shopping for a new strategy board game. There's such a surge of board games in the past 10, 20 years that have just, the whole industry has changed a lot. And as I'm shopping around for board games, most of the time I decide on a no for a lot of the games that I see. But it's still very empowering to have those no's, because it helps me it helps me get more clarity as to what my next yes is for the next game that I decide to get. It's like right now, I already have a lot of very crunchy, long, heavy strategy games. Right now, I'm looking for something a little lighter, quicker, easier to teach, easier to get on the table. So I want you to make this appeal to you. I want you to realize that when you make offers, you're not pushing anybody to a yes. You're not forcing somebody to do something they don't want to do. You are simply giving them an opportunity to make a choice. And we're already making so many choices every day. So this is no different. It's no different from them living their life, any different from how they are right now. So I went through an evolution where I started I would resist reselling clients because I, resisted the experience I had of being sold to instead become grateful for the opportunity to say yes or no when people sell to me. So then I became excited at the opportunity to sell to clients. So how could this apply to you? Think about what it would look like for you to start appreciating when people sell to you. And if it's too much of a stretch right now to appreciate and get excited when people sell or pitch to you, just get neutral, right? Just go for being totally neutral, not a negative reaction at all, just a neutral response. Start there. Another question to consider to help you feel like you're selling with integrity is thinking about when you invested in something and it truly made a positive difference in your life. Think about that right now. When was there a time when you made an investment, particularly a significant investment, like maybe something over $1,000 or $2,000, and it really enhanced your life for the better? I asked this to some of our students in the academy, and it was interesting. Several of them had mentioned like new mattresses that they bought. And I thought that is such a good example. I also invested in a really expensive and very high quality mattress, and it has enhanced my life in so many ways. We spend about 8 hours a night, right, on our mattress. It's a significant portion of our life. So think about what is an investment you've made and it really benefited you. Now, I want you to consider that you could also be the investment that your future clients are grateful for. You could also be the investment that your future clients are grateful for. Hopefully, this is having some light bulbs go off for you, right? Imagine the day when a client says to you, I am so glad that you offered your coaching because of how it transformed my life. This is so possible. We hear it happen all the time. I've had many students say in the academy, like our program it's a high-end program. It's a 5-figure investment. And we have so many students who say they are so grateful that this program was offered to them. So I want you to consider that you will have the same impact on your client. Just like you have that investment in your life you thought of earlier, that you were so grateful for it, you can also be that investment that your clients are so appreciative that they invested in. Something to sit with. Okay. Now, the next thing I want you to consider is when in the past have you bought something and you regretted it? Okay. This is really big. So if you are feeling resistant to selling to clients and making offers, it is likely because you carry some of your own buying regrets. Now, it's easy for our brain to focus on the negative. It's easy for the brain to just start looking at all of the bad buying experiences you've had and then project that onto your potential clients. But if you hold on to buying regrets that you've made in the past, you are going to be afraid that you will become your client's big buying regret, and therefore you're not going to sell to them because you don't want them to regret hiring you, right? The last thing that you want is to become their next big purchasing regret. So here's how you can transform this. I want you to think about that buying regret that comes to mind, and now think about what was the lesson, the gift, or the unexpected benefit that you got from making that purchase. I'll ask it one more time. What was the lesson, the gift, or the unexpected benefit that you got from making that purchase? I'll give you a personal example here. So years ago, when I was living in Vancouver, Canada, I was wanting to get in better shape. So I hired a personal trainer at a local gym. And I spent hundreds of dollars to work with this trainer. We had several sessions over several months. And at the end of our work together, he had done measurements on my body in the beginning, and then he measured my muscles at the end. And we had found that my biceps actually got smaller. My muscles got smaller. And I was very upset and disappointed and confused. And initially I thought, that I had wasted my time and money. I thought this was a regret. I shouldn't have invested in working with this trainer. And then I had to really sit with that, and I reflected on the same questions I prompted you to think about earlier, which is, what was the lesson, the gift, or the unexpected benefit from hiring this trainer? So as I thought about it, I realized that one benefit was that the trainer happened to be absolutely beautiful, like lumberjack physique, absolutely gorgeous. So I got to spend a lot of time working with a very attractive trainer. But the real value, here's the real value that I got, and it wasn't the value that I expected I was going to get. The real value is that for the first time in my life, I felt safe and comfortable going into a gym, because for so many years before then, I didn't know if I really belonged in a gym environment. I didn't know how to navigate all the different machines and the equipment. I was overwhelmed and I felt very insecure when I would go into a gym. So after working with that trainer, I was able to now go into a gym and have confidence of knowing what types of machines to use, and just know that I belonged there. So it wasn't the initial value that I was really expecting when I hired the trainer. It was the unexpected value that I got. So think about, for all buying decisions you've made that maybe you feel this sense of regret or you think it was a mistake, what was the hidden benefit or lesson that you learned from the regret? And sometimes that lesson is just simply learning what not to do or what we want to avoid in the future. It's like if you invest time, money, and energy in a relationship and it doesn't work out, you can spend your life thinking all men, all women, all people are not trustworthy. You can let your past haunt you, or you can think about what you learned and how that relationship helped you grow. You can think about how it helped inform you of your future decisions, right? Sometimes we have to get what we don't want to really know what we do want. And these can be hard lessons, but when you can eliminate that regret on your purchasing decisions and you can replace them with growth, with lessons, with benefits, you're going to resolve all of the money and selling drama that you have when it comes to offering your potential clients the opportunity to work with you and the fears that you have around it. Consider that any money regret that you have, again, you're going to project that onto your potential clients because you don't want to be their regret. Okay? Now, what I wanted you to lastly consider is, what is the benefit of you charging your clients? What's the benefit? Because you might feel, I don't want to sell. It's just, why should I sell when I could just give this away? What's the benefit of you charging? Think about that for a moment, right? You might realize that when you put a price on your coaching and give people an opportunity to invest, you're allowing them to really dedicate and commit themselves to their goals in a greater way, right? People who pay attention. So there is tremendous benefit in you charging for your coaching because you are giving your clients the opportunity to invest in themselves, to invest in their dreams. And this is something that people will be appreciative of. I've had plenty of clients over the years, before I was even training coaches, they would say, Frank, I just want to say thank you for having this coaching program and giving me the opportunity to invest in myself, to invest in my goals, to invest in my dreams. Okay, when you charge your clients, you are not doing something that's going to put their life in a bad place. You're doing something that's going to put their life in a better place. Okay, so for some people, it might be one of the first times in a long time that they really invested in themselves, that they really prioritized their goals, their dreams, and their visions in a world where sometimes we're told that we shouldn't prioritize ourselves. So in summary, selling with integrity, it means embracing the courage to put your work out there without having this fear of being pushy or salesy. It's about shifting your mindset from selling to someone to really offering something valuable that can truly impact their life. And by appreciating the effort that goes into every offer, all those offers made to you in the world, even though it's not meant for you, you will feel more ease making your own. Remember, you're not forcing anybody to say yes. You're simply providing a choice. And when you offer your coaching services confidently and authentically, you give others the opportunity to make empowered decisions for themselves. That's what I got in this episode on selling with integrity. Before you go, I'm going to share a snippet from an interview that I had with one of our students in Thriving Coach Academy, so you can learn about their experience and also hear their tips on how to be successful as a coach. Enjoy their story, and I will see you in the next episode.
I am Donna Erickson. As far as life coaching, I kind of think I've been doing it all along and not knowing it. I think when I really realized it, I was teaching at a high school for students with learning differences and teaching guidance courses. And I was realizing how much asking them certain questions was empowering them to figure out what really resonated with them versus what they've been told their whole lives. And then when I moved from that school and moved out of state, I'm like, okay, I think that's where I really have a drive and a passion to help people find their way and what resonates for them without limiting themselves by their past, their experiences, or other people. What I was missing is having that control over my own life and the focus of what I really want to focus on. The types of things, the choices. I had that a little bit in the school I was teaching at, which is not normal, but it just helped me realize I really like choosing what I want to focus on and how I want that path to go. Finding the Academy was a journey. I started at the ICF page and identified all the available programs and started doing my research through them all. What really set TCA aside was that they have a focus not only on giving you the skills and the qualifications to be a certified life coach, but they also give you the business skills, how to start your business, how to run your business, how to be successful in it. And I found that was lacking in the other programs. And I felt that was very important to me because I wanted this to be my own business. Initially, I was definitely hesitant. My heart was pounding. Am I going to do this? Am I going to make this decision? Because it's a financial investment. After I thought about it and realized how much money and time I put into my degrees, it really wasn't that significant of an investment. It's kind of funny to look at that in hindsight, but it was relatively small in the big picture of things. I think the biggest thing that drives this particular program is the simplicity, how it is broken down where it's easy to understand, easy to learn, and easy to apply. TCA breaks down both the education part of it as well as the business side of it in a way that helps me be able to develop a credible business and be in a place that I never thought would be possible. I can see easily being able to make $100K or more a year based on what I've learned in the process. And once I do that and I can bring my husband home from his career, then I see taking this on the road because I can do it anywhere. And we will be traveling and enjoying life before we would necessarily have been able to with retirement. So while we can still enjoy it. One thing that I definitely want to acknowledge is Frank, who is so giving and caring and encouraging, and he is there to support us in whatever way we need that. And I can't be thankful enough for that.
Hey, would you like access to powerful coaching tools you can use on yourself and clients right away? For being a listener of the podcast, I'm giving you a VIP guest pass to get a sneak peek into my coach training program. Inside, you'll learn our coach's secret tool they use to transform their clients' lives. And you'll also get a training on how to launch a coaching business. Just head over to www.thrivingcoachacademy.com/VIP to get started. I'll see you on the inside.